Hey Pisces, welcome back to the journey itself. I'm here today to do a different spread. The spread, as you may have read in the title, is called What is Stopping You from Getting What You Want? I find this spread to be very prolific and to speak volumes. Okay. This spread is very powerful in the fact that it gives us a problem and then solution. So many times as a tarot reader, people come to me with problems and we dwell on the problem. In this particular spread, I like it because I get to dwell on the solutions. The journey itself is what this channel is called. The Fool in the Tarot starts off as 0 and then makes his way through his journey. And then he can learn to transmute and also learn to change himself and evolve into whomever he'd like to be by the examples given from the people that he meets along his journey. I love that idea because it actually talks about all of us. You can be anyone you want. You can do anything you want. All you have to do is believe that it's possible. All you have to do is be that naive to believe that you can have that thing that you want. And then you begin to believe it so hard that the energy that you're putting out there in the belief will draw it to you. So let's find out exactly what our blockages are. Our blockages usually show up in the areas that are most important to us, believe it or not. Right? Nothing worth having comes easy, or I'm trying to think of the expression. In other words, you have to work for the important things. The big things don't come easy, right? Manifesting that love in your life that you want, manifesting that lifestyle that you want, manifesting the stabilities and the relationships that you want, manifesting the life purpose. None of this stuff is easy. Okay. So we're gonna get started. The spread doesn't take forever, but we're gonna get started. Okay. Let's go ahead, Pisces, and figure out what's blocking us. What is blocking the Pisces? What is blocking the Pisces? Okay, Pisces. Now I do see a few things. I feel like you're not looking into yourself for that inner wisdom when you should be. I feel like you're moving hasty, passionately, but hastily toward things that you really haven't maybe looked into well enough. Let's see. Let's look a little bit deeper. Okay. Sometimes when I do this spread, I will already have the cards laid out. I don't necessarily like pulling the cards as we speak. It depends on what type of spread I'm doing. The more important spreads I like to think and dwell and meditate on for a while before I actually give the information. I like to run and work off of myself and my spirit guides. We like to work off of synchronicity. They know that I need synchronicity. I like that in my life. I like patterns. So we communicate on patterns. When I see things more than once, that's when I speak on it. I see that you guys may have, in a way, it's like you didn't stand up for yourself enough, and these are lost opportunities, right? Because maybe you're not looking for that inner wisdom. You are rushing in with passion, but it's in like almost a little bit of a reckless way, okay? And so you're moving into this area. And another thing that I see, I feel like you guys are trying to control people that are external to you. People that are external to you. And the truth of the matter is that you can only control yourself. You can't control other people. You can control yourself and your reactions to other people. You cannot control other people, right? So that may be something that we need to let go of. I see that, yeah, you hold on too tightly to things, okay? And sometimes you can be, like I said, hasty and maybe even a little bit agitated when you don't get exactly what it is that you want. Okay? I don't see that too much here with you guys, but it's a possibility. I also see, let me see here. What is this? I see that there are things in your life. I just said this to somebody else, okay? And I'm going to say it to you. There are transformations, beginning and endings in your life that you are trying to prevent. There are things such as, there are two energies here that I see where you're trying to prevent. And this is the first time I'm showing these cards on the series. I usually do not. Okay. See there? That's the Death card and the Tower card. These are in your blockage positions, okay? That lets me know that there's a transformation that needs to happen that you are trying to prevent. And it also lets me know that there are endings that are happening that you were trying to prevent. Now, let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you about that, all right? The universe is like a parent to us, and the universe likes to clean house. And when the universe tries to take something from us, it will pull it off like a Band-Aid. In a way, right? Just because you pull off a Band-Aid quick doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, right? That's why we pull it off quick, right? Because it will hurt. But when you hold on to things too tightly that the universe constantly is telling you need to let go of, because it didn't just come in one day and say, hey, you got to let this go. You've had signs, you've had signals. When you constantly hold on to things that you don't want to let go of and the universe has to pry them from your hands, it takes a little bit of skin with it. In other words, it hurts more than it has to. Remember, it was a Band-Aid, right? It's not stitches. It's not supposed to hurt that much. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little uncomfortable, but it can happen quickly. If you prolong the process, it's going to hurt even more, right? So with that being said, that's what the blockage is. The blockage is that maybe you don't know when it's time to go. Maybe you don't leave when love is no longer being served. That can speak to a bunch of things in reference to our inner selves, right? Because our outside is a reflection of the inside, right? So I'm going to say another thing that I said to some of the other signs. Basically, these are things that I'm saying across the board because this is what this channel is about. It is about self-growth, first and foremost. I do the love readings and all that other stuff because it's a part of our lives. But really what I'm here for is to help us all grow as individuals. Channel helps me grow. I, observe other teachers that help me grow. And now I'm helping someone else grow. I've been manifesting for a long time. And I would like everybody else to know that it's totally possible for everybody, regardless of economics, race, social background, job. None of that stuff matters when it comes to manifesting. The universe loves us all equally. How about that? Woo. Look, we're not even in the door. We're not even in a love reading, okay? But I can pull a Doreen Virtue card and it can say exactly what I was just saying. You don't know when to leave when love is no longer being served, okay? Let me tell you. Listen to the red flags. Listen to the red flags, Pisces, okay? This card talks about pay attention to the red flags. That's exactly what this card says. It says the signs are cautioning you, okay? This is what I mean. We're not even in a love reading or anything like that, but this is something that I kind of alluded to when I said this can actually talk about several things in our lives. Really, what I was thinking in my head is it talks about self-love. It talks about self-worth. I feel like a lot of us are dealing with that. A lot of us are dealing with that. That has been the message for more than a couple of people. Okay, excuse me. I did pick this card up. That's been a message for more than a couple of people. I feel like there's a big reason why people, something I said in one of the other videos, I'll say it again. The way you treat people is more of a reflection of you than it will ever be of them. I tell people this all the time, especially when they come to me and they tell me that someone has mistreated them. And I say to them, I said, listen, the way this person is treating you is more of a reflection of them than it is of you. Okay? I'll use the same example that I used in the other video. If you call someone an idiot, that's, first of all, that's your opinion. You didn't need to call them that. You didn't have to say that. That's your preconceived notions of what an idiot is and your preconceived notions. Or maybe whatever they showed you, you felt like, oh, that solidifies an idiot. Like you didn't have to say that. You chose to say that, regardless of how you felt. You could have just said, I'm frustrated right now. Please leave me alone or whatever. But this is just an example of what I mean when I say that the way people treat you is definitely more of a reflection of them than it is of you, right? The way you treat other people is the same. More of a reflection of you than it is of them. Okay? So when you stick around when somebody is mistreating you and you continue to give them that attention that they don't really deserve, something in you is telling you they don't deserve it, you think that you can prove to them that you deserve it, that's an example of how you feel about yourself. Let's get some more messages. The red flags are cautioning you, okay? Go into yourself, okay? Go into yourself. Just looking here at some of my notes. I've done this spread more than once, and I just want to look at the synchronicities in the spread. Okay? Go into yourself. It says, we are with you. We are with you. And spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love that you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you receive care and love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being. And that's exactly how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of you out there that are giving in hopes that someone will one day return it. And I don't necessarily know that if you had the type of stability within yourself that you would be giving so much, so with no recourse, okay? With no reciprocation. That's kind of what it seems and it feels like. It's like a lack of reciprocation, okay? This next card, it says let go, all right? Which is what we talked about before. We talked about control and how you can't control the people. You can't convince them to love you. You can't convince them to stay. You can't convince them that you're good enough. They have to believe that on their own, right? Yes, the things that you show them can influence, right? Let's think about this. This is something that I always say. Energy, right? Energy is much like a truth, right? It's something we can all feel and something we all know to be true, right? So energy cannot be destroyed, nor can it be created. It can only be transferred and transmuted and conducted. It can be directed. It can be influenced. It cannot be, like necessarily manifest, right? I feel like people are saying right now, like, no, like that's not true. But it is. Think about it, right? Even when we create other people life, even when we create electricity, we're not creating anything, right? When we get and harness electricity, we're harnessing these things. We're harnessing this energy. We're not creating anything. Okay, right? And then we're directing it where we want to go. Go to my lamp, go to my microwave, go to my refrigerator. And then when it's done, we send it back. And it's a circuit. It just keeps transferring and connecting and reconnecting, and it runs in a circular motion until we cut the power and it's sent into the ground and it exits. That's the best way I can explain it. I mean, you have to forgive me. I'm not necessarily a water sign. I get it, but I'm not a water sign. And I am emotional, but at the same time, I basically put everything back into logic in ways that we can all understand it and relate to it. So this card says, let go. Okay, let's move on. It says, once you let go of the outcome, you'll be able to release all the emotional constraints that have held you back in the past. Trust in the higher good and the guidance of spirits. As we have only your best intentions at heart, we will do everything in our power to protect you. I think we talked about that as well. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card for you guys. One more card. I feel like you guys just need to, you're looking to try and create this situation in your life that you're looking to create, this manifestation. But what you need to do is stop trying to find this in other people. If this is what you want, start this relationship, start this thing with yourself. And I guarantee you will only attract like-minded people, and you will attract this to yourself. Okay, this is what we've been talking about all day with all the signs. This is a message that's going across the board. Okay, we're just talking about electricity, and now we're talking about grounding ourselves, right? Ground yourself. This is your last card. It says, being distracted, unfocused, and tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Now it's time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with divine source. Okay, Pisces, I think you guys get the message. I'm not going to keep harping, right? And I don't want you guys to dwell on spilt milk or lost opportunities. What I want you to realize is that you can call other opportunities into your life. You have the power. You have the ability to do this. And when you find this out or realize this, you'll get exactly what you're looking for. Have a great rest of your day, Pisces, and namaste.